So we've talked about it before. You can get kicked off a cruise ship for a lot of reasons. Kicked off for fighting, kicked off for flicking a cigarette butt off the side of the cruise ship, kicked off for arguing with the crews. Well, today I got a new one on the Lido Loca cruise show. Kicked off a cruise for being Chinese. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Tony B with the Lido Loca Cruise Show. If you want to get a daily episode of the cruise show, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you don't miss out on anything. Well, an interesting story coming out of Australia, the cruise line down there, P&O Australia. They've got 81 Chinese passengers holding a Chinese passport that are getting kicked off the Pacific Explorer cruise ship. And the reason they're getting kicked off this cruise ship is because their cruise is ending up in Singapore. And Singapore says anybody with a Chinese passport is a no-go. Now this cruise is a long cruise, started on January the 28th, ending on February the 11th in Singapore. And when the cruise started, there wasn't a ban against Chinese people in Singapore. And so they went through the rigorous screening process that P&O put in place. All 81 Chinese passengers got on board and began their cruise around Australia. And sure enough, as the coronavirus has escalated, Singapore has banned people from China from entering the country. And now you got these people on a cruise ship scratching their head wondering what they could do. P&O is doing what they call a compassionate disembark in Cairns, C-A-I-R-N-S, Australia. My Australian friends can tell me how to pronounce that. Sorry if I butchered it. But they're doing a compassionate disembark there at the cruise terminal. And it's the first time I'd ever heard that term, compassionate disembark. I guess it's to color the language a little better to say, look, we are putting them off the cruise ship. But it's not because we want to. And this is a developing story. It just started happening yesterday. But I would assume that the cruise line P&O are going to help these people make their way back home to China. But they're not going to be able to do it through Singapore. I've been trying to include an update of the coronavirus map in any of these stories that I've done about the coronavirus. It's been a few days since I've looked at it, and the numbers continue to rise. 17,485 confirmed cases of coronavirus, and sadly 362 deaths. We see cruise lines, countries, governments, organizations all responding to the coronavirus, and they're still trying to get a handle on it. I did do a few videos about getting kicked off a cruise ship. I have a playlist. I'll leave that there. Check out those videos. It's interesting how you can get kicked off a cruise ship. This is Tony for the Lido Loca Cruise Show, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.